Hello guys, welcome to the class number 2. This is Jet Jocord. I just want to do a double check. Also, you are able to hear my audio. If you are hearing my audio, please let me know in the comments. I will be more than happy to start the class, but I just want to do a double check over it.
Hello guys, welcome to the class.
Hi, how are you? I see that there are some of you already in the chat. So, guys, hello Mohammad and hello Ben. How are you? Yes, that's perfect. So I see that you can hear me. So it's going to be perfect. So just as a reminder, guys, I'm going to be right now in the in the mini work map. I just while we wait for more people to join, so we are going to take 15 minutes to start the class. If you want to play with me, just join to the room. The room UID is just in the title and also in the comments. So please go ahead, and if you want to play with me, just join to the map, okay? Alright guys, while I'm working here on it, I just want to know how was your day, if you want to comment, or if you have any questions before the class starts. Remember that you can ask me personal questions, you can ask questions about the games, the maps that we create, so just let me know whatever question you have, and yep, I will be pending to the comments. Okay, and how was with your week, guys? Okay, we are going to start the game, so... Okay, so... let's play a little bit. Oh, that's much better. I was hearing the things very loud. So guys, remember 15 minutes to start the class. So if you want to join to the waiting room, yeah, we are seeing in the banner all the information. You can just join. I see. So your week was a very good week. So yeah, if you want to let us know why. Also, my week was a very good week, guys. And just a reminder while we start the class and while we wait for more players to join. I'm probably going to do the class also in Spanish. We are waiting just for a confirmation, but probably you are going to have me as a Spanish teacher too. So I just want to let you know that it's extra notice. So you're eating a mango. All right. Don't worry, I will be waiting here. So let me just... okay, hearing some flyers here. I see. So probably, yeah, I see that you have a nation name. It's City Mulani, correct? I see. So have a good rest. Remember that also this is going to be just recorded. So if you're going to go to bed, remember that later you will be able to check the class. And this also later I'm going to submit like a resume for the class. It's going to be just a short part with all the necessary information. Yeah, I mean, so I was also very happy to do the class in Spanish because I think Spanish community needs to grow a little bit more, and I know guys that you also have a lot of talent in English and in Spanish, so I have a hype now about to giving the class in Spanish too. So yeah, let's see. Also, just to let you know, guys, as our team detects that the most of the players that are assisting to the live class are Asian players, probably we are going to move the schedule, and it's going to be in the evening in your time, because yeah, we check that. Oh yeah, I yeah, as you're playing with me, yes, I already fixed that over here. Yeah, what happened is that before in this game you were like able to get free skins just by a book on the system, so I fixed that. So yeah, if you're checking my screen, guys, remember that you can join this map to play together. Let's search for. I didn't like that much this robot, so I'm going to switch. Hello, Capitan Word. So let me switch to Spanish too. Yes, I see that you're speaking in Spanish. ¿Cómo vas, Capitán Word? Pues mira, la clase en español todavía la estamos confirmando, pero parece que va a ser a la misma hora y vamos a cambiar la clase de inglés a otro horario, entonces sería el horario que estás teniendo ahora. Alright, switching back to English again. Okay. Well, I didn't understand that, but I guess you are asking some questions, Baru? Okay, so yeah, probably you're seeing in the screen that we are playing a robot game. Oh, okay. He left here. Okay, guys, so in around 4 minutes we are going to start the class. We already give like enough time to the players to join. And yeah, if you want to still play on those 4 minutes left, just join to the class. I see Ben Hunter, welcome. I see that you joined to the room. Okay, guys, so in the description for the video, and also just right here on the banner, you're going to see my UID if you want to join to the map and fight together while we wait for the class to start. And yeah, guys, I don't know if you want to participate in the class. Please let me know in the comments where are you from. So with that, I also going to take a quick look, and probably we are going to prove the schedule for this class for about the area where you are living. So if you want to let me know in the comments where are you from. Where is the other? Okay, guys, so 2 minutes more to start the class. Where's him? Oh, I got you. You are right here. Okay, that was probably no a good idea. Oh, Jaibro, I see. So you are from Philippines. All right. So which time is in your area right now? I think it's morning time. Hey, how are you? Fast. Okay, 1 minute more to start the class. Okay. Hi, Sebastian. How are you? You are you're probably either from some part of Latin America by your name, or probably in the United States. I see, Jaibro. So right now it's morning. So yeah, the good news, as I mentioned before, is that probably we are going to change the schedule for the English class. It's going to be in the evening in your time, and we are going to just move the Spanish class to this time, so you will have like more time to and a better time to just check the class. We're not having to worry for that. So guys, I see that now is 6:15. So we are going to, at least in my end, in Central Time on the United States time. So we are going to start the class, okay? So guys, I just want to know, how are you? How are you today? Now you're supposed to be able to see me. So welcome to the class number 2 here in MiniWord. In this school simulator training, we are going to learn today how to do some basic things. More of the things are going to be related to how to get ideas for creating your map, and also how to develop the concept. Also, we are going to start from some building. So just to say hi. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that you are asking some question in Spanish. So let me switch to Spanish, just 1 or 2 seconds. Sí, no te preocupes, estoy tomando el feedback para que se pueda escalar esa situación porque me parece muy importante. Que a veces sí, a veces falla un poco los triggers. Switching back to English, guys. So let me know. Probably you are seeing my screen right now. And yeah, let me explain what you are seeing right now. As I mentioned before in the first class, for assisting this class, you are going to develop a map, and we are going to do a contest that is going to be called Mini Word Contest, Minicamp Contest, sorry. And you can win actually real money and real hours for just assisting the class and develop your own map. We have some students from here, as Capitan Word, as well as Ben, that won some prizes for the last event. And yeah, I just want you to be with me on and just learning this process, because probably you are going to have some awesome maps after we finish all the process, okay? So very quickly, the awards that are going to be for this event are going to be the Excellent Award, that is going to be like for the best works. It's going to be in between 0 to 8 persons, and what it's going to be is just going to check the performance of your maps. It needs to check the construction, the triggers, the plugins, and the game design needs to be very creative, very original, and needs to be a new one. Of course, an important part for winning this award is that your map shouldn't have that many books. Of course, you are going to have some books, that's completely normal, but those books shouldn't affect that much the game. Also, we are going to have a prize for the best learning award is the player that actually makes full sense of the class that we implement here. Uh, if it implements all the features that I'm going to teach you, and of course how to transform those features and make better things with it. Second one, we are going to have, or third one, sorry, we are going to have something else for the most creative, and it's going to be the most unique map. And that's why this class is very important, because today I'm going to teach you how to create some specific, or to get some specific ideas that are going to make your map a little bit disruptive. We also have the best process is like, um, it's when you are not a developer and you don't have that much experience, we are going to measure how you are going to be after you finish the class. For this is very important because some of you were asking me yesterday that you are not very good in some specific parts like creating plugins and things like that. So I think this one is going to be very good for you guys. And yeah, I really like that because you will be able to learn. And finally, we are going to give an hour to all the players that pass the shortlist. The shortlist is like just a basic filter. We are going to take the best works from you and we are going to do a list with it. All the players are going to be in those lists. Even if they didn't win any of the other maps, players like ours, you are going to get a skin. This skateboard, oh sorry, longboard. I think this one is a longboard. A skin part for the do it by yourself skin system. So, what will be important for this? For this, you need to complete this process to be able to participate. First, remember that you need to assist or attend to the live classes. If you check in this channel, you will be able to see all the schedules. The live streamings are already scheduled. So you only need to check those and just follow. And if you want to be sure that you are going to be able to assist, just add this specific class to your notifications. And also if you want to subscribe to this channel, you will be able to follow up the process and you will be pending for all the things that I'm going to teach you guys. Second one is starting around the 6th of June until the 14th of June, you have to create a map with all the features that I'm going to teach you to do. You are going to submit that map and yeah, we are going to win the scholarship. After that time, around 15th of June, I'm going to personally do the shortlist and the team is going to rank your maps. And with that rank, you will be able to win or get some awards, okay? So once again, those are the deadlines. If you want to take note of this, it's going to be very cool because you will be able to keep an eye on the process and follow up all the process, okay? So yeah, check the deadlines on there. If you want to take note once more, it's going to be very important, okay? Now, the important thing, the good thing about this is that we are going to show you what we are going to really do in this class. So, in the screen, you are seeing what we are going to do for this one. We already did the waiting room. That was just the time that I give you to start the class. Now we are going to show you the objectives and what we are going to learn in this class. First, we are going to learn the basic elements about creating a school simulator map. Then we are going to start with some creative techniques. We are going to have some activities, so it's important for you to have some material because you are going to start the process. So for now, we don't need like that much mini word. For now, we are going to just use a notepad or a computer if you have one to just do some basic things to get the main idea of your new map. And later we are going to do some work on it. Also today we are going to start by planning the buildings, planning the constructions for your map. That's very important. Also, just to give you a quick reminder, remember that this is the timeline. We are going to have a total amount of 6 classes. This is the second one. If you missed the first one, remember that you can check just in this channel. This channel that already has the live view, the live streaming, save it. But also around tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'm going to submit the edited part. It's going to have just a resume with all the main ideas. And of course, it's going to be much shorter than the live streaming. For another classes that you're going to learn in the next week, we are going to start to setting up the map rules. We are going to do some building techniques to building the map. On the next Sunday, we are going to do some custom experience zones like mini games, like zones that you cannot access if you don't have like specific item. And in the last week, that is going to be the week that is going to come over the next week, we are going to learn how to create advanced plugins. Basic plugins, we are going to start with the basics, but then we are going to learn advanced plugins that is going to be much good. You are going to mess with the actual game in-game files, so you are going to learn a lot. You are going to do like magic with this because normal players are not going to be able to do it. And finally, for finishing the class, we are going to set up some NPCs and we are going to learn how to do some basic AI systems that are going to have much better than the one that you can create by default with plugin editor. Okay, so once again, just like the last class, here we are going to have also some rewards for you. So I'm going to start giving you some rewards. Hola Matias, how are you? I see that you say hola in the comments. Okay, so yeah, we are going to have also some rewards, some specific rewards for you guys. So like the last class, we are going to provide some codes. So be pending to the class because after each activity, I'm going to provide you one. Also, this depends on how many live views we are going to have and also how many people is going to rewind this. But most of the times we will be able to give at least 2 of these class rewards, okay? So go ahead, share this streaming with your friends because remember that as much or as more views we are going to get, we are going to release more codes, okay? The first one is going to be just 50 minipins. The second one is that we are going to share with you some skin cards. The third one right here is that we are going to give you some skin. And the final one is going to be that we are going to have an extra skin of a piece. It's just going to be an elemental piece. And another important thing, guys, once more, we have a Discord channel for this class in which you can ask more questions and I can keep a follow-up in your questions and in your projects and I will be able to give you some extra help on there. Also, if you want to talk with me, you want to, I don't know, add me in game, you can just write me there or type me under your UID and I will be able to add you as a friend. Okay? Once more, for this class, we will need to have a notepad with you. Also, we need a computer. You can use whatever of the two, or you can use the two. There's no problem with it. If you don't have any of them, please go ahead, take the time that we are taking to start the class and bring one of them with you because we are going to need it. Okay? So, moving back to what it's important for you, we are going to start with the concept development. So guys, I don't know if in the comments you want to let me know what you understand by a game concept or the main idea of the game, okay? So I'm going to give you like 2 minutes to get the notepad or the computer and also to answer that questions just to do this activity. So if you want to just let me know in the comments, just let me know, okay? All right, guys, in the meanwhile, let me switch to ManyWord full screen. And we are going to start the game that I create for this class. So remember, if you want to tell me what you understand, yeah, just a second, I'm going to switch to Spanish. Matías, ¿cómo estás? Veo que estás preguntando si hay cualquier youtuber que transmita en español. Te tengo una buena noticia, yo voy a hacer la clase en español también, todavía la estamos programando, estamos básicamente revisando los pormenores, pero la clase en español también se va a dar y la voy a dar yo con el mismo app. Entonces no te preocupes, suscríbete a este canal, todos los que hablan español suscríbanse porque vamos a tener en este canal también las clases en español. Okay guys, switching back to English. Okay, I already think that I give you enough time to start the concept part of the class, okay? So let me move back to the presentation. I hope you already have the tools to start the class. Okay, so in my screen, you will be able to see the presentation. Just let me do a double check. I want to be sure. Yes, you are checking my presentation. So let me explain how it works. When you create a map, the best thing is to have first clear all the ideas that you want to have or that you are going to do for this map, okay? And the best way to start, that sometimes is going to be the most difficult part, is going to have like a planning about what you're going to do. Okay, most of the industry games or the indie games or even on mods like the ones that you are going to do in MiniWord are going to have like different levels of knowledge and develop for creating a map. You're going to notice that there is a person that is going to be starting by the game because that person has a lot of idea, but those are going to just be like not connected ideas. And when you access to the map, you are going to see a lot of things, but not of them, all of them are like matched together. They don't have like the same objectives. And that's an important thing that we are going to learn here in this class. We are going to learn how to start, how to get the ideas, and how to just create a good project. With this, all your maps are going to have a unity and are going to be noticed by the other players as something that has more like professional end, more like high-handed, and that's why. So, hi Kenzie, how are you? I see that you are assisting to the class. Welcome to the class. All right. So, in the screen you are seeing what are going to be the main parts of a concept. So, please go ahead and take note of the next thing. When you create a map, you are going to start by a theme. What is a theme? Is the main idea of your map in some short words. As an example, Mario World, it's going to be a platform game about searching a princess. Okay? So the theme is going to be a person that is going to rescue his princess. That's going to be the theme. Now, moving in the same example, what is going to be the game genre? It's like a concept is going to be just a basic idea, but you can play that idea or you can elaborate that idea in a lot of ways. As an example, you can have a simulation game, you can have a fighting game, in which that case, as an example, Mario should fight other players to rescue the princess. You can have a card game in which actually Mario it's going to be moving by cards. You can have like just a music game in which Mario has to complete some songs to rescue the princess. So the game genre is what kind of game you are going to do. You can find a lot of information about the game genre in Google, and it's going to be the best tool to not just fit your map and know what you are going to do. Another important thing is the art style of your game. And that's going to be one of the most important things for me. And when I mean art style, I don't mean only the visuals. I also mean, as an example, the sound, all the things that come together with these specific features and maps. Okay, what is going to be important or why is going to be important? This is the part that gives the needs or the unity for your maps, because all the parts of your map are going to have the same style. So as an example, if you create a technological map, the music cannot be like medieval because it's going to be kind of weird. And if you are going to use in a dark style on your game, if you place like happy music, it's not going to combine that much. That's what I mean when some players that are starting are having like a lot of ideas, but those ideas are going to be separate ideas or are not going to be together. So that's why you need to have an art style that is going to include the sound, it's going to include the graphics, also the narration and the story. Okay? Another important things are going to be the characters. Remember, the characters are going to be which one or what are going to do for the game. As an example, in the last class we learned how to do a racing map. So the characters were using like or be the cars. But as an example, if you are doing the example of Mario, Mario is going to be the character that is going to be a human that goes into another world, a world made ruled by animals, reptiles. Now the scenario. The scenario is very important because we need to know where is going to take place your game. It's not going to be the same to have like Mario example. If you play in a restaurant, it's not going to be that much cool. As an example, if you play in a kingdom, it's going to suit better for the concept. And finally, I think that's the most important thing for me when you create a map, and it's going to be the differential. What you are going to make different to avoid being a lot of normal maps, okay? So as an example, I always place this example. When Among Us was like the main trend, a lot of players start to making Among Us maps. And as you see, guys, you didn't even remember the name of the player, or which map was it. Did you only remember that you played one that was Among Us? And all the maps looks the same. All the maps were having like the same features. So it was just like noise. All the maps are going to be the same. So with this, you are going to have a unique idea, like something that is completely different from the other maps. And that's something that you need to find out and you need to check or have the time, okay? So as an example, let me switch to mini words. I want to show you some works that we do the last class. In this competition, there was a lot of creative players. Hi Luna, how are you? I see that you're commenting in the comments that participate on this one. So I see a lot of those maps. And one of my favorites was actually one of our students here, Ben Hunter, creates a map that was a sliming map. So the characters were slimes, and it was sweet on a like medieval world. So that was very cool for me actually. So just give me a second while I get in that map for you guys. And another player, as an example, creates a gigant world map, racing map. That was awesome because you were like a small court into a room, and to a gigant room, and you were racing around in between the oven, behind the beds, passing through, like, as an example, I don't know, like into the other toys. And that was very funny and very enjoyable situation. And as an example, another student from here that was Capitan Word create a Mario Kart game that actually was awesome too. It was having like those animations, very well ended animations. So I really enjoyed to play. So give me a second here. I'm just looking for the map to show you the examples. Just give me a second. Ven, can you provide me your UID, please? So I will be able to search you quickly. If you can see me in the comments, please give me your in-game ID, okay? So let me see here. Oh, never mind. I think I got it here. Just a second. Okay, let's check those maps. Okay, so guys, let me show you now the map I referred to. Okay, thank you. I see that you placed your UID in the comments, so thank you for helping me out with that, buddy. So, okay, so just to show you, as you see, those are original characters, and yeah, as you see, each character has like specific skill. So if you see, the concept is going to be slime racing. All the concept is based on the slimes and the different skills that the slimes are going to have. If you see, the scenario is going to be a medieval scenario. So everything is created just in base of that. Also, you have some art style that is going to be medieval too. So you see that all the things are going to be together, just doing the same thing, just creating like atmosphere in the medieval area. And you are going to see also that the skills are going to be referred to the medieval era. So that was very nice. Okay, so let me see. And the differential, of course, is going to be like the cute animations. As you see, the art style is also taking those slimes. Yes, Matthias, let me know. Oh, yeah, let me know. I'm just checking the comments. Yeah, I'm a little bit noobs, guys. I know very well how to create games, but I'm not that much well a well player. But yeah, as you see here, you have like all the concept, all the art style is based on the slimes, and also the scenario is a medieval scenario. So I really like that game, and also a couple of games extra from my students. And that's what we have to think about the concept very well, because as you see, Ben or the other players just move away from like the idea of creating just a card game. They go a little bit further, or as an example, another um, student here work was based on the animations because he is very good animator. His name is Capitan Word, and yeah, he actually was very good in animation. So he focused the game on do a differential about the animations. That's something that you need to find out in which thing you are better, and also that could be the differential. Okay, so just moving back to the presentation, we are going to do a basic activity like all the classes. We do like some activities. Oh, before this, let me teach you this part too. Very important, guys, as you want to move your concept and you want to have like more tools to just move your map, make people download it. This is the marketing part, and it's very important. And is when you create a game, you need to think in the person who is going to take or play the game. In this case, it's going to be named as a target group. Okay, so what is a target group? It's the person who's going to play your game. So I always place this example. Imagine that you create the map and you want, for example, for people who likes the metal to play that. And actually, the art style, you do it like hip hop map with some hip hop art style. Probably the person that you want to to hit with your map that you want the players to play are not going to play it because they don't like the hip hop, they like the metal. And that's the main idea, the simple idea. For this, you need to define which person is going to just play your game. You have to choose or make like an imaginary person and try to develop everything for that person. As the first thing, very important, the edge is not the same doing a game for kids or doing a game for teenagers or adults. Also, the location is very important because probably if you are going to do a game for Asian players, you cannot do it in, as an example, Spanish, because they are not going to be able to understand anything. So that's an example. Another example is that if you use some personal culture, as an example, in Latin America, we have the idea of the chancla, that is that our family educate us by hitting us with a chancla. That's like a meme or a meme of something common. Probably some players from other areas are not going to understand that idea because they don't know about that culture or concept. Also, think about the gender. I know that gender is not important, but as an example, if you want to sell a lot of things, you can make a game just specifically made for girls. I don't know if you have checked, there is a map that says girls frontline and it's a fighting map. I think that's a very good idea because it's focusing in only girls. And actually, that game was very promoted because all the girls like to play it. Also, think about your target personal tastes. Some players like more like, as an example, platformers or action maps, or they look like sci-fi maps. So think about that and the consumption habits, which the players are consuming. As an example, if you are checking probably your social networks, you probably realize that, as an example, right now there is a lot of fake ads about games. In those games, most of the times you are going to see like something that is not really related with the game, and it's like fake games showing something important. That is designed in that way because they discovered by search or by research that the players that get or buy more things inside different games are players that like to do some specific things. So as an example, the players that spend more money in games like to have like decisions. So if you check most of them or the fake ads are related about something about take a decision and you take a bad decision and you get killed. That is an example how you can check the consumption habits for your players, and with that you can design a map that can get more rewards, more money just by the developer tools that the miware provide you to get some money. And something important, the monetization is also something very important. You need to think about how you are going to get that money once you get this target. You can do like ads, you can do like minicons, and think about this. As an example, the most basic example is going to be just like having an area where you can access and you can get some items, right? Well, think about this. What about if you create a map in which you are going to do parkour and you are going to lose a life each time you die? And in some point, you are going to offer lives to the players. As an example, you see that that's going to be a different way to monetize your game. Very important, don't abuse about the monetization, because if you show ads all the time to the players and you show like something that is showing you to buy or get some items, are going to be very frustrating for some players. So don't abuse of that. Just try to sell. Remember, it's better to sell in small amounts that sell a lot of things the first week, and then players are going to be totally bored of your map and are not going to value anything into the map. So that's something that you need to take about in consideration. So we are going to start with the first activity for this map, for this course. And guys, what I need you to do is that I'm going to need you to take your notepad, take your computer, and you're going to take 5 minutes. What I'm going to ask you to do in those 5 minutes, you're going to just take note of this, and you are going to respond to that answer. What is going to be your theme, your game genre, your art style, your characters, your scenario, your differential, your target group, and your monetization. I know, guys, 5 minutes is not that much time, but as we only have 2 hours in the streaming, we are going to start this exercise, this activity. Don't worry if you don't finish in the 5 minutes, because yeah, you can just continue later, but it's just like for you to start this activity, okay? So let's start now. In around 5 minutes, I will come back with you and we are going to continue with the class, okay? So very important, guys, very important. Take note of it, okay? And also, if you have some questions while we are going to do this, just let me know in the comments. I will be here pending, so yeah, just write me in the comments and I will answer you as soon as possible, as soon as I see the comment, okay? All right, so let's start the class, and let me switch to full screen so you will be able to see the exercise better. All right, so yeah, go ahead and let's start now. At 6:50, we are going to continue. Guys, to let you know, we already have the first minute. And another thing is, as soon as we finish this activity, I'm going to provide you the first code to just interchange that code for some mini events. So yeah, just be pending, but remember to finish the activity, okay? So remember, we left 4 minutes more. Free reminder for Spanish speakers. Chicos, recuerden que estamos anotando las ideas principales de este mapa. Entonces, recuerden, lo primero es el tema del mapa en 4 palabras, luego el género del mapa, luego el estilo de arte que van a usar, Luego sigue qué tipo de caracteres o de jugadores o actores van a usar. El escenario que va a ser dónde se va a jugar el mapa, puede ser la escuela en este caso, pero qué tipo de escuela. El diferencial, el grupo objetivo, es decir, las personas que van a jugar, definidas por sexo, locación, qué tipo de jugadores son, si gastan o no gastan, y el tipo de monetización. Tenemos eh, 3 minutos más para finalizar ese proceso, ¿vale? Cualquier pregunta estoy también respondiendo en español, así que ya saben, chicos. Okay, switching back to English. So we left 3 minutes more, guys, okay? Okay, guys, we left 1 minute more to complete the class. Sorry, the mini map activity. So in 1 minute, we are going to start. Remember, once more, if you have questions, just let me know in the comments. Okay. So by checking here, we almost finished. We left some seconds. And right now we are going to start again. Okay, so you cannot hear me, no? I was speaking alone for a long time. Truly sorry for that. Yeah, yeah, you're doing it again. Okay, so yeah, yes. And now you're supposed to hear me. Truly sorry for that, guys. I was thinking that you were able to hear me, but now you're supposed to. Okay, let me confirm. Now you are able to hear me. Please give me a good yes in the comments to be sure. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, see that you can hear me now. Okay, guys, I just was filling the same information that you were filling about the map, just to show you how the mini activity is going to be solved. In my case, for my map, that is the one that I was showing on the screen when I was talking in silence. Okay, yeah. So that was the map, and yeah, I was just filling the information. So very quick explanation. The theme is school simulator. It's going to be a graffiti school. This art genre is going to be school simulator because that's what we are going to do. The art style is going to be modern because we are going to take place here in this time. It's going to be minimalistic because we are not going to use that much textures because we want to be everything like, no, I don't know, be more emphatic in the color because it's a graffiti school, and colorful because you can choose the colors. Now, the characters are going to be students and teachers because, well, it's a school. The scenario is going to be the school. For this specific map or this specific kind of game, as you see, this is very easy to solve. And the differential is first that you can paint everything in my map, so that means that you can change the color of everything. Second one, that you are going to have some cool mini games. Now, for the target group, what do you think, guys, is going to be the target group? So, this game is actually more related to kids and teenagers, so that's going to be the first part. So kids and teenagers. Now for the location, as I'm going to just do it in English, it's going to be more for English players. Why? Because right now there is a little bit of bugs on the traduction system. Sometimes when you just translate this specific text to English, as an example from English to another languages, when you play the game as an English player, you are going to see everything in Chinese. So I want to avoid that. For now, I'm just going to keep all in English. So the main target is going to be English speakers. Now, another important thing about this, it's going to be the location. So actually you can play in all the world, but as going to be English speakers, it's going to be in North America, Europe, and Latin America, because there is a lot of people that speaking Spanish in Latin America. Now, the kind of game that we are playing, it's more for free people that didn't like that much to fight, so it's going to be more for creative people. Okay? Remember that if you play something different, it's okay. This is just the explanation for my map to show you as an example, but wherever you place on there, it's okay. Whenever, of course, is related to your game. And the monetization that I'm going to use this for this is just a simple one. It's going to be pay to get extra decorations. Okay? So, now that we have already cleared the activity, we are going to start with the part about the school simulation basic elements. Okay? So take note of this once more, guys, because this is elements that your map is going to have a school simulator. Of course, you don't have to place all the elements. That's free for you. It will be nice because you will have a more complete game, but you can choose your own. Remember, I like to see the creativity on you guys. So if you see that you can play something different, it's going to be cool, but this is just a guide. The first one is where our players are going to play. And yeah, of course, the first element is going to be the school. There's no school simulation game. We know the school. It's all like the basic things. And what I mean when I refer to school, let me switch to mini word again. I mean the building in which you take the classes. So let me switch here to creative. All right, it's going to take a little bit. But as you see here, we have more than only the school. The school is going to be this main building, but around the school you are going to have more buildings, you are going to have some stores, you are going to have a parking lot. So yeah, the first element is going to be your school. You have to think about how you're going to test in that school, okay? Now, moving back to the presentation, what do you think is going to be the second element, guys? Well, it's going to be the teachers. But in this case, I mean the player teachers. That's very important because we are going to design some specific features for the teachers. As those are going to be the teachers, they are not going to have the same skills, the same abilities from the students. So probably you already guessed the third element, and it's going to be the students. And you have to create a game and all the features inside it to make the students follow the class, follow the schedule, and just do what the teacher does or order the teacher, okay? So the second element is going to be the teacher, the students. Now, important things, the rooms are going to be the third element. And what are going to be the rooms? In those games, we are going to be able to actually have a room or have a house inside the school or around the school. As an example of this one is those are going to be inside the school. So it's just all this part, and it's very important to design that because with that you will be able to also get some extra money and give some extra features to the players because the players are going to be able to decorate the home, to interact with their home and just play whatever they want to do with the home, okay? So now we are going to go for the next element, and it's going to be something that is not physical like the previous elements, and it's going to be the schedule for the classes. So in my map, I do a complete amount of 5 classes. The first one is a free room. In this one, the teacher that is going to be the player, not an NPC, will be able to give any kind of order to the students, and they need to follow that order, okay? The second class, it's going to be the chemical class. And in this one, the teacher and also this specific chemistry teachers are going to make the players make some basic elements here on the ovens, and also are going to do some cool items that they can use to change the way that they look, that they jump. The third class that I place in this map is going to be a music class in which players can compose some melodies using some basic in-game maps. And you get the idea. So you need to create a schedule and the classes. So in my map, when you play, let me show you the example. Just a second, let me show you the example directly in game so you will be able to see the mini world. All right. So as you see, when you switch to mini world, you are going to see in the top right here that we are in the free class. So with this, we can make the player have some basic elements. So the player will need to assist to the class. And if that player doesn't assist to the class, the teacher can punish the player, and the player is going to be sent to the room. So as soon as this timer expires, it's going to have the next class, and we have a schedule for each class. So just playing with which kind of classes you are going to have in your map, okay? Now let's move back to the presentation. All right, so now we are going to define which is the class. Now we are going to see what is going to be different. And another cool element that we are going to have for this map is going to be the mini games, okay? And what are going to be the mini games? Just simple things that players can do together to compete or to play together just for free. As an example, in my map, you are going to have some breaks and also free time and lunch. So players can actually do whatever they want on the map, and they can play some basic games. Let me show you back into the screen. You're now supposed to see the screen, so let me play as a student and let me show you again, Just a second, I'm going to re-enter the map. Okay. So in the free time, or in the breaks, or in the time after school, as an example, you can go and play a soccer in the soccer field as a student. Also, the teachers can play with the students, but just let me show you. So, as an example, we have the first mini game here. That is going to be just a racing field. And when you start racing, you're going to earn some money that you can use later to exchange for some items. As an example here, each time that I complete a lap on here, it's going to give me an extra point. Okay, check this. And as you see, while I'm working here, or while I'm running around, there's also the soccer field, which is another mini game. Okay, let me show you. We're going to complete the first lap so players can compete, and the player that goes first is going to get here a coin. As you see, I get a coin right here. Also, when you access to the soccer field, you can play the football minigame with other players. So in the free time, you will be able to perform other activities, you know, and you can actually create a lot of mini games. Also, there are going to be some specific items that are going to be interactive, okay? So what is important about these interactive items? That you will be able to create some extra experiences for the players. So let me show you the next thing that is going to be the NPC teachers. And that's very important because in the game we will have like some specific missions. As an example, if you speak with the discipline teacher, it can tell you to just, as an example, recover all the garbage from the floor. And if you complete that specific task, you are going to get more items, okay? Also, those teachers can sell you some tradable items. So, as an example, let me show you here again, back in game. So, if I go to this teacher, I can get a soccer ball in case I lose the soccer ball on the field. And also I can get some interactive items like this one that allow me to just create some effects and make the players feel. So as an example, if I actually do like I place the ball in the score net, I can also do this effect by myself. And depending on the player, is going to have like different items. As an example here, yeah, you get the point. So if you go to the dining room, you are going to get some food. If you go to the swimming teacher, you are going to get items to swim. If you get to the volley, you are going to get some items to just moving around, like or do some illegal things in the school. And yeah, that's the idea about the NPCs and the teachers, to provide missions and to also provide you some extra features in the game, okay? And the last thing that is going to be important is going to be the special items. So in the map, right now, you will be able to get some specific items. As an example, the first one are going to be just normal items that are going to be useful. With those items, you can, as an example, get an extra layer to the game. So as this is a graffiti school, you have a graffiti can that you can use to paint all the school as you want it, like an example. Or you can get some other items that are going to be just normal items, not that much interactive, but are going to be cool items like this one. That is going to be a purple plane that you can just use when you're in class to just, you know, make the teacher go mad or just play with other players. And as those are like interactive items, you are going to have more items in the store that you can get. As an example, to give some gifts to the players. So as an example here in the gift store, you can give a heart to a player, and that player is going to receive a message that says that someone is in love with him. Or you can get a rose, you can get a teddy bear to show friendship. That's something important that you can place in game, okay? So moving back to the game, to the presentation, sorry. those are going to be the basic elements that compose a basic school simulator game, okay? So if you want to take notes of them, please go ahead. Remember that you just can take the notes, and with that you are going to have all the elements present. Also remember that this is going to be saved, this specific live streaming, so you can access later and check that back those. And also we are going to submit like an edited video with just the tutorial, so you can check on that one also that information, okay? So let's move to an important thing, okay guys? And it's going to be the creative techniques. So what is a creative techniques? To be honest guys, to be creative in the life, most of the times you as a normal person are going to have, like in Spanish we say chispazos, like sparkles, and that means that you are just getting ideas, like you are always working on the street and from nowhere you get an idea, you say, oh, this is a good idea, I'm going to do it. What happens is that in real life that doesn't happen that much times. So if you have to do something, if you want to be very creative, you need to use some creative techniques. It's going to do the things better, because imagine that you have to wait for these sparkles, these chispazos to happen, and they just didn't happen, so you are going to probably have to wait a lot of time. So the creative techniques are like mental techniques that will allow you to create more content, and that it will allow you to create ideas faster. So what are going to be these ones? The first one, and one of the most common ones, are going to be like divided in different tasks. So first is going to be the brainstorming. And the brainstorming is to pass or to work from the first part. So you are just in front of a blank screen or in a blank game, and you have no idea what you want to do, but you want to do something. With this technique, you can get the main idea, like the first start, the first like impulse to start creating the game. And how it works. It's something that is very used on companies and also in schools, on every kind of creative works. For this one, the best is to have some players, and remember guys, it's very important, if you can actually just have like a team with another players, that you can join together to create in common just a map, it's going to be much better, because you are going to have more time, or you are going to be more professional, because we are good and I see really good maps. But you are not the best in everything. As an example, my best ability is to create scripts. But probably modeling is not going to be my best ability. So if I get with a player and work together with a player that creates very good models, it's going to be like a more creative or more powerful map, because that person covers that part. So for this, I recommend you to work in teams. And now, of course, for now, we are going to do it just alone. But what is the main idea of a brainstorming? What you are going to do is you are going to sit in front of a whiteboard. If you are in like connecting by internet, you just can take notes in somewhere. And what you do is just sitting and thinking. And as an example, player one is going to say, "Oh, what about if we do a fighting game?" So you take note. We are going to do a fighting game. And player two says, "Oh, okay, and yes, a fighting game with showers." And so you're going to take note with showers. And player number three says, okay, and we can use some mounts. The main idea is like don't be critics, just take notes of all ideas at the beginning. When it's very important, because that's going to allow the players to, or the other persons that are going to be in your team, like give the free opinion, and with that you are going to find actually very good ideas, okay? So don't judge the ideas now, we are going to do it later. And it's very important that each person is going to have a different like specialization. Of course, you can do a brainstorming by yourself, just sit in front of a whiteboard and just take notes of all the ideas that cross your mind. Doesn't matter if it's a good idea or a bad idea, we are not judging the ideas, you are going just to take note. Once you take notes of all the ideas, you need to decide which ideas are going to be good and which ideas are going to be like not that good and are going not to be very useful. Okay, so that's where our second part. Remember, all these creative techniques are going to work together. So that's where our second creative techniques is going to start. Okay, so you already got like the ideas, the basic ideas. You already have like an idea after thinking with the team. The next one, it's going to be the this one that is going to be a mind map. So what is a mind map? A mind map is just a simple thing. It's just a canvas that connects some ideas, some words. Those ideas are going to be saved in words. And why is important? Because this is going to give you an overview of what you are going to do. So as an example, in the first brainstorm, we create or we get the idea to create, let's say, a flying simulator game, okay? So you already have the idea, and the flying simulator game is going to be with transformable fighters, and it's going to take in the space, okay? And it's going to be a fighting game, okay? We already have that ideas, but we need to now start to just do the planation and just like saying like this, like placing in real project, in real words, what we are going to do. With that, we are going to have an overview, because as I mentioned, that is going to be a fighting game in the space that is going to have transformable fighters. We'll let a lot of things. As an example, how many players, if we need to have a specific card, if we can do it, and all the things like that, okay? So to be able to do this, I personally recommend to use a piece of paper and just a pencil, because getting away from the screens when you are creating an idea is going to be much better, because in the screens we are going to have a lot of distractions. As an example, if a player talks to you in Discord, you are going to be distracted and you are not going to focus on what you have to do. So if you can just turn off your computer when you are going to do that and just do some draws on the paper, it's going to be nice, and it's going to be much faster and much cooler. For now, as I mean, in a class, I cannot show you a paper because it's going to be very uncomfortable. So I'm going to do it a computer. But also, if you feel that you can do it in a computer, it's going to be okay, okay? So, for this, as you see right here, you're going to have a specific website that you can use to create your own maps, your mind maps, okay? So, let's use this one. So I'm going to place it in the comments. All right, guys, so you have the direct link in the comments. So if you want to check it out, you will be able to access, okay? So what we are going to do with this one? I see. Okay, guys, so some players are requiring to just do a quick explanation in English, in Spanish, okay? So I'm going to switch just like 1 minute to Spanish to be able to teach them also, and they are not going to lose the information. So, estamos aprendiendo técnicas de creatividad para poder sacar ideas, ¿vale? Lo primero que hicimos fue la técnica básica, que es el brainstorm. Se trata de sacar ideas básicamente en grupo. Como entiendo que estamos en español y no puedo tomar mucho tiempo en español porque es una clase en inglés, tienen que buscar este término en el Google, se llama lluvia de ideas. Y con esto, digamos que sacan la idea principal. Luego, cuando ya tienen la idea principal o las ideas principales, vamos a usar los mapas mentales para lograr hacerlo. ¿Y qué es un mapa mental? Les va a permitir detallar todas las ideas paso a paso para que ustedes sepan bien qué es lo que van a hacer. Como ejemplo, si vas a hacer si sacaste en el brainstorm que vas a hacer un mapa de lucha aérea con aviones transformables, básicamente tienes la idea principal, pero te hace falta saber cuántos jugadores, en qué lugar va a tomar el escenario, cómo se va a construir, qué scripts y qué skills hacen falta. Entonces estoy mostrándoles una herramienta que podemos usar para eso. Okay, switching back to English. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. So, in this one, you have to register with Facebook, or you can use your Google account. Once you open this, you will be able to see this screen. If it's going to ask you for get a plan, so just select the personal plan. With that, you are going to get some free. Of course, it's going to have some limitations, but for now, it's going to work for us. Also, I recommend you once more to use um, your own one, okay? So how it's going to be a mind map? A mind map is, just give me a second. Okay. Let me check. Okay, give me a second. I'm just working on it. So, how it's going to work this? Okay, it's going to be very simple. The main idea about this is that you have to create in like a main map in the middle. Okay, so according to or accessing to the main area or the main idea in the middle, you're going to get like different connections, and once you get a connection around that, you need to create like some connections with it. Okay, so let me show you guys. Now let me see if you're able to see my screen. Yes, let me switch to full screen so you will be able to see all the things that I see here. All right, so as an example, we are going to create a craftable or a transformable we are going to place a name for it as an example. So we have first to get a name, and then we are going to connect more ideas to the main idea, okay? So as an example, for this one, we need another idea that is going to be, first, which kind of airships we are going to have. Cool. What else we need to do again? We need to have a scenario. We are going to need another thing that we are going to need, some skills for the players. Correct? And another one that we are going to require for this one, as an example, is going to be, I don't know, like the monetization. And as you see, it's going to just give you like small ideas around this main idea. And then what you are going to do is to just create more ideas inside that one. So for instance, as an example, in skills, I need some skills. So the first one is going to be skills for the airship. The second one is going to be skills for the robot modes. You also will need some skills for heal yourself. And as an example on here, you can add more ideas. So now that you have clear that you are going to have some skills for them, you can start by doing the next thing. You are going to do, as an example, skills. The first skill for the airship is going to be to have a turbo. The second skill that you are going to have is, as an example, to have evasion. The third one, as is going to be an airship, is going to be to launch rockets. And as you see, guys, you are going to start growing, and you are going to have more and more ideas, and you are going to have like a mental map about what you are going to do. Okay. So for this, I didn't show you like an example of the school simulator because I want you to think by yourself about what we are going to do. Of course, on a scenario, we can place some ideas. It needs to have in a planet, as an example. On the planet, we also are going to have some technology. And as you see, guys, this allows you to have like your mind very clear, and you are going to get the ideas very easy because you are going to work with some relations about what we are going to do, okay? So until the moment we get the idea, as an example in airships, let's place rebels and also the empire. Okay, so as an example, as you see here, we are going to construct our game in base about some ideas. With this, we are going to have clear what we want to do, and later we are going to be able to just specify which or what kind of situations we are going to create around to be able to just work together and have the best game, okay? So until the moment, at first we check how to get the main idea, then we check how to implement more ideas around that area and have a more specific idea of what the game is going to be like. Finally, it comes the third one. And now that we already have the idea and we have the elements that are going to compose that idea, our map is probably a normal map. So this is like a little bit disappointing, but yes, as probably a lot of people has been thinking about the same idea that you think, we need to now to give like a different look, a different idea, a different differential, for saying like that, to be a little bit disruptive with the idea that we have. So just imagine in this example about the cards. Until the moment we have a card game, a normal card game, okay? Probably with some cool graphics, but we doesn't have been like too away from the original concept. And which actually makes a map creative or a map to be unique is to have something that no other players will have. Third, where the innovation takes place. So the third technique is going to be the one that will allow you to take all the previous steps and create something really, really different. And there is a technique that is called Scrambler. Scrambler is like just like stands for the what you are going to do with your ideas, and it's very simple. It's just a simple step-by-step checklist in which you are going to apply to the different ideas that we create on the previous steps. And what we are going to do is to take the idea, and then we are going to follow some steps, and following those steps we are going to find some alternatives that are going to be very cool. Okay, so yeah, I see that you are commenting. Okay guys, so now it's 7:30 almost. I don't know guys, I hear that some of you want to have some codes, right? You want to have the new codes. It's going to be for some skin cards. You want me to place it in the comments? So yeah, just let me know in the comments, and if I get some comments, I'm going to send now the codes, okay? So, are you ready guys? Just let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm just checking because it's going to have a little bit of delay. But if I see some comments, I will be able to give you another code to claim some skin cards, okay? Yeah, I see that you are ready. Okay, so guys, be ready, check the chat because I'm going to give the code. Just a second. Okay, so you ready? Let's count back, okay? 15, 14, 13. Count with me, guys. I know that you're in your computer, so count with me. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Start ignition, guys. So check the codes. Okay, so go ahead and claim the codes right now, because remember that this is not going to last that much time. So the first 15 people that claims the code is going to be the ones that are going to be able to claim those codes, okay? So please go ahead, claim the code. If you have some friends, share the code with them so they will be able to claim this too, okay? And it's going to last for at max a couple of hours, okay? So go ahead, claim, and when you completely claim, come back to here. I'm going to give you like 1 minute to get that code, okay? All right. All right, guys. So I think I give enough time already to climb the codes, right? Or you want to just wait a little bit more? Just let me know in the comments, okay? All right, let me take a little bit of water while we wait for it. Okay. So the next code, I see. So if the code already expires because already some players have been claiming it. Anyone else has this problem? Oh, and also remember this. Try to, just in case, sometimes the code is going to have some spaces at the side. So be sure that you are not copying the spaces. Okay? So moving back to the presentation, we are going to now show you why the, the name of the technique is going to be Scrambler. Scrambler stands for the initial letters of the next elements, and it's going to be substitute, combine, adapt, modified, eliminate, and reorder. So what you are going to do is you are going to take some of the ideas that we made in the previous steps, and we are going to just do a checklist of it, okay? So as an example, remember that we have this idea about, as an example, have the airships. We are going to have the rebels and the empire, all right? So we're going to start with substitutes. So substitute stands for substitute things, places, procedures, people, ideas, and functions and schedules. As an example, we have the empire, okay? Let's start with the rebels better. So the rebels, most of the times in games, are going to be like the secondary factions. They are not going to have that much technology in comparison of the empire, but they fight and they are like the heroes of the game. So we can substitute some things, okay? So as an example, in this case, instead of placing the players, the rebels as the like the heroes, we can make it be the bad people, okay? And most of the time, the rebels are going to be the humans. But what about if we substitute the rebels as humans as machines? So imagine in a game in which actually the rebels are some machines that are fighting for the freedom, um, just to be able to just have their own freedom from the players. But the way they are doing, they are going to be the bad people. So as you see, we just with the first activity, we are changing the way that our map is going to look, and it's going to take a new idea. Now, let's do the same thing but with the second one, combine. So we can combine themes, ideas, or emotions. As an example, we have the rebels that are going to be machines and are going to be the bad people. Now we are going to combine that machines with animals. So those machines actually get like a lot of technology, and right now the machines are like half of, like a bionic one and half organic. So there are like some parts with flesh and some parts with metal. So that's going to be like a combination of the two ideas. Now we are going to adapt some idea from another context. So an example, we have those animal machines that are the rebels, but are the villains at the same time. Now we are going to adapt an idea from another context. As an example, they're going to, most of them in the games, the machines are going to be darker, are going to use dark colors. We are going to use like a unicorn color, okay? So imagine a unicorn vomiting some rainbow. That's going to be like the like the flag of the rebels. And what we are going to do is that the humans are going to be, of course, the dark people. So we have some villains that have a lot of colors that are half machines and half animals. Okay, so as you see, just by taking those ideas, we are just moving our idea to something to completely original. And that's what we have to do on these kind of situations to have a very original game, okay? Of course, so as an example, modify. So we are going to we already modified and adapt. Now we are going to eliminate some things. Most of the games, the machines are going to have weapons and are going to have smartest intelligence. So we are going to remove, as an example, the weapons. So those machines actually are not able to hurt the players, but they will be able to use another kind of things to just make the things harder for the players. As an example, they cannot use like weapons, but they can use virus that can affect the players. And now we are going to use the reorder. So We can invert some elements. We can change the places. So instead of taking place in the Earth, we can take place in a, let's see, in let's see, say other planet, and this other planet is actually going to be not like a chaotic planet. It's going to be a planet that is like medieval. So we have like medieval planets in which players are going to be like having matchings made by some basic things like wood or things like that, and the matchings are going to be some combination with matchings. So as you see, it's like turning every time a little bit more unique and more different than any other game that you have been worked together. So just by following those ideas, as you see, we can create something really original and we turn a normal game into something unique. And as I show you for the example, we are only taking just the name of the faction to get some ideas and create something unique. So now we have the three techniques. The one that is going to be brainstorming to get the main idea. The second one that is going to be the main map to just order the ideas and have like an structures on your ideas. And the third one that is going to be the Scrambler that is going to make your map unique, okay? So now we are going to stop talking and we are going to do a practice, okay? So in the map, in the screen, you are going to see the next activity, okay? And we are going to take 5 minutes for this one. I need you guys, and please be honest with this and try to do it. What I need you to do is we are going to take we are going to write 8 main ideas, okay? Don't worry, don't worry for the ideas, don't judge the ideas. We are going to create just the concept or the theme for 8 different characters. So an example with the same map, we are going to do a fighting map about planets, a fighting map about in the water, a fighting map in the space, a fighting map that is going to be with color guns, a fighting map that is going to use showers, and like that. So continue and create 8 main ideas, okay? So for now, you are going to do that. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to think about that. Please take note of it in your, if you have a computer, take note in your computer. If you have a notepad, just use the notepad. But the important thing is that you need to have 5 ideas. We are going to start now. So that means at 7:40, we are going to have all the ideas, okay? Yeah, let me know. Let me know what idea Kenzie. And while Kenzie gets the idea, I'm going to switch to Spanish. So also Spanish players will know what they have to do. So chicos, necesito que me ayuden o que básicamente comencemos a hacer la idea para el mapa. Vamos a sacar 8 ideas principales de un mapa de simulación de escuela. Es decir, vas a sacar 8 ideas diferentes. No se preocupen, no tiene que ser muy específica. Por ejemplo, solo saquenla en 4 letras. Por ejemplo, no sé, mapa de pelea con aviones, mapa de pelea con carros, mapa de pelea con colores, lo que ustedes quieran, pero lo importante es que tengan y piensen 8 ideas diferentes con las que vamos a trabajar, ¿listo? Okay, so switching back to English, please also remember, all the 8 ideas are going to be related with Boolean maps, okay? Sorry, with the school simulator maps, okay? So be sure that you take the 8 ideas, take the time. When you finish, please let me know. Okay? You mean an idea that it's going to lock all the doors, a skill that is going to lock all the doors so players are not going to be able to move? Oh, I like the idea, I can see. That's a good idea. So, but remember, the ideas that we are going to take note here is about the map. What are going to be your map, okay? So take 8 ideas. We left 3 minutes more. I'm going to let you the full screen to think about it. And yeah, also I'm going to be pending to the comments. So you are going to be able to let me know if you have any questions, okay? Guys, hello back, guys. I just want to be sure that you are able to hear me now. So, I know that probably it's hard to think. I know that at the beginning it's very hard to get the ideas. So yeah, I see that you're commenting. Kenzie, that's actually I really like your ideas. You're very creative. Remember that the ideas that we are going to do is not the ideas for the items yet. It's just for the concept of your map. Okay. But yeah, I really like the ideas. So right now, probably you find out that it's a little bit hard to take the ideas. Remember to use the technique about your brainstorming. So I'm going to complete the exercise for here, for the school simulator, okay? So the first one is going to be a school simulator for me. That is going to, I'm just going to do exercise with you because I want you to check how it works. From superheroes. The second one is going to be a school simulator for dancing. Okay? The third one is going to be a school simulator medieval. The third one is going to be a school simulator in the space, or a spatial one. The third one is going to be a school simulator for fashion. The next one is going to be a school simulator, let's think. As you see, for the first ideas is very easy. But in more ideas that you get, more harder it's going to get an idea. And that's very important because I'm going to show you what we are going to do later. Let's say a school simulator for for restaurants, a school simulator for monsters, and finally a school simulator for soldiers. Alright guys, so those are going to be my ideas, probably are going to be completely different to yours. Also, another important thing here is that you are going to notice that some of the ideas that I take here are going to be already placed by you. And that's very important, guys, because our brain, it's going to think in general things at the beginning, in very easy things. And what happens is that most of the people think in the same things. So, the more elaborated ones are not going to be the first ideas that you get, are going to be the ideas that come after that, okay? So it's very hard for you guys, and it's very hard for me at the beginning, but what our next idea, what our next step is that we are going to remove the 3 or the first 5 ideas. If you want to be really creative, remove just the first 5. If you want to have like a little bit more of like control or space to decide, just select just the last 5 ideas. But the first 3 ideas, please delete it. Just get rid of them. To be honest, though, that's not going to be creative because all players already think about it, are going to be the most common ideas. So probably you are going to be part of the noise. You are going to do a common map that everyone already does, okay? So I'm just going to copy and paste the ideas that we have here. So I'm going to take the last 5 ideas. The first one is going to be the school simulator for the space. The second one is going to be school simulator for fashion. The third one is going to be the school simulator for restaurants. Okay. The fourth one is going to be the school simulator for monsters. And finally, we get the skill simulator for soldiers. So now that we have those ideas, we are going to do the next part of the process. And is that we are going to rate our ideas starting from 1 to 3. 1 is going to mean, and that is bad, 2 regular, or 3 is going to be very good. And the topics are going to be the next one. So we are going to rate first the ideas by original. So did you think the school in this space is going to be original? For me, it's going to be like um, like it's going to be like not that much creative. So, but it's going to be actually more than the average. Okay, so we are going to place a 2. The fashion school for you is going to be original. For me, it's not going to be that original, so we're going to place a 1 on it. The school simulator for the restaurant is going to be original. I don't think so. It's going to be a 1. The monsters actually is going to be very, very original. And the soldiers is going to be a number 2, okay? Now we're going to go to catchy. Catchy means that if it's something that makes the players want to play. So as an example, there are going to be some ideas that are going to be like very originals, but it's not going to be that cool for the players. So that's what you need to check with catchy. So space is going to be catchy. Of course, it's going to be catchy. So it's going to have a 3. School simulator for fashion for some targets are going to be very catchy. As an example, girls. So let's place a 2 on it. The school simulator restaurant is not going to be that catchy for me. The monster is going to be catchy. And the soldiers, of course, is going to be catchy because you will have like different activities, tools, and that's always warfare is going to be very, very common for players, but it's going to be like something that you want to play. Third one is going to be simple. Okay, so why I mentioned this before? Because as you are going to work in a map, if you overcomplicate things, if the mechanics are going to be too hard to learn or to practice, it's not going to be that nice because most of the players are not going to understand what you do. And that's something that is very common because as you create a map, you will know how it works. But most of the players are going to do completely different things, but because they don't even read the rules, okay? So, a school simulator for a space is going to be simple. Yes, for me. A school simulator is going to be, for fashion, is going to be simple. Yeah, of course, this is going to be very simple. Remember, guys, that this is the punctuation. Okay, so a restaurant simulator is going to be simple. No, that's actually going to be a little bit complicated because you have to do a cooking system. The monster school is going to be simple. Yes, in all school you can have a lot of ideas. And the soldier one is going to be simple. Yes, of course it's going to be. Now let's move to realistic. And what I mean when it's realistic, evaluate your idea, and I don't mean if the idea is realistic. I mean if you will be able to do it. You need to be realistic. If you create a restaurant map, you have the skills to do it. You know how to create some scripts, and if the idea that you are trying to do it's also possible, that's what you have to think about it. Okay. So in my case, I know how to do the skills, but for me, it's not going to be very positive the restaurant experience because I really don't know how to implement some features, or I didn't like it actually. So I'm not going to put that much effort. For the fashion, it's going to be realistic. Yes, I know how to do it. So let's put a 3 on it. For the school simulator in the space, it's going to be easier for me to do it. And for the monsters, I kind of lack some things on it, and it's that I'm not the best creating models and animations, so I'm going to place a 2 on it. And the soldier one is going to be very easy to do for me because most of my maps are going to be maps about the fighting game. Now the artistic part, your ideas are going to be artistic. So the school in the space, I can do a lot of art, so it's going to be a 3 on artistic. The school simulator for fashion is going to be artistic, yes, of course, because it's fashion. The restaurant can be artistic, but not that much. The monster one is going to be the most creative for sure. And the soldiers actually is not going to be that much creative. Now, it's going to be enjoyable. Players are going to enjoy experience. So just place into fits of your players. You would like to play a restaurant game, or you would like to play a monster game or a soldier game. So for me, it's going to be a 3 here. It's going to be a 3 here. It's going to be a 1 here. and in the fashion is going to be a 2, and the space is going to be a 2. So now that you have all the punctuations for your maps, you need to just do a calculation, okay? Whatever the idea it's going to get the most high punctuation is going to be the one that is going to be the ideal for just creating this, okay? So as an example, 3 plus 2 is going to be 5, 6, 9, 12, 15 points for the idea. Now for the school simulation, it's going to be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, that's nice. This also has a 15 points. For the restaurant, it's going to be 3, 4, 6 points and 7 points. Now for the monsters, it's going to be 9, 15, 17 points. And finally, for the soldiers, it's going to be 9, 12, 13, 15 points. Okay, guys, so as you see, right here, we have a clear winner. Of course, we also have some like drawing here, but of course we can just delete this one because this one is going to be actually not the best idea. So this one is going to be out, okay? Now, the best idea, according to my punctuation, is going to be this one, okay? So that's the one that probably we are going to do. And also we can check a second option. So for the options above, I see that those 3 are like drawing, so I'm not going to choose. So my main idea, in my case, from 8 ideas, I select the number 7, and it's the one that I'm going to work. As you see, we use a method. Yeah, I see. Also that happens. Sometimes you are going to be a player that in your style, in your creation map style, you are more focused on some specific part. So in my case, I more focus in simple, be enjoyable, and be original. I didn't like do too much in artistic part or in realistic part. It's my personal like focus. So find yours. Probably if as Kenzie is playing in the comments, you are a player that likes more a couple of things. Probably you have a lot of skills in the artistic part, so focus on that part if you think that is your focus. In my case, I'm going to choose this one because it's the one that I think is going to be the best one, okay? So, we have the winner idea here that is going to be a school simulator for monsters. Okay, so what is going to be the activity? But this one is going to be for your home, okay? So that's going to be the homework. I want you to do a homework because, you know, guys, I know that you have the talents and I just want you to process all the process because I really enjoy when I play your maps. It's like make me feel like a little bit happy to know that you are creating good maps with the things that I'm teaching you. So when you show me your maps, I really get a good sensation about it. So what is going to be this one? Now that we ranked the ideas, what I need you to do, guys, is to just do um, like all the requirements for develop your idea, okay? So the homework is going to be that you have to create a mind map. Remember the mind map, this one? So I need you to create that one for the idea that you develop. Of course, you need to finish in all the process that we create, okay? Remember that you can use a notepad or you can use the website. If you want to take note of it, I'm going to send it again into the comments section in the chat. So you will have access to it, okay? So now, what was going to be the activity for your home? Because we don't have like that much time left. You are going to create your own mind map with all the elements, ideas that will require, and we are going to include the elements. So what we are going to do is that you are going to do the 3 techniques for creating the idea that you made, and you are going to do the mental map for the school, for the teachers, for the students, for the room, for the minigames, for the NPC, sorry, the teachers and the special items. Okay. Remember, it's going to be rather or better to have quality than quantity. Okay, that's very important, guys. It's rather or better to have quality on your content than have quantity. So if you want to create just 3 elements for each one, it's going to be much better if those are very original and very creative than creating like 10 teachers that are going to be very plain. Okay, so now what you're going to do is that when you create that specific element, when you create a mind map about it, you're going to apply the second technique that is going to be Scrambler. Remember Scrambler? This one. Yeah, you are going to take those elements and you are going to use this specific checklist to change your ideas, okay? That's very important. Yeah, and if you're not understanding apart from the homework you're going to do for the next class, just let me know, okay? Also remember this, guys. I know that the Discord link is like expired, okay? So I'm going to place a new Discord link, but if you want to do some questions on there, if you want to have some answers during the week about this process, just join to the Discord channel and ask me the questions on there, okay? And I will be able to answer you guys to give you all the information that you need. So once you have all of them, with the next class, we are going to be able to start to construct our map, okay? So just give me a second. I'm just getting the Discord information. All right, a second here. All right, give me a second. Okay, I got it. All right, so check the comments right now. Sorry, not the comments, the real-time chat. I'm going to send you the link to be able to join to the Discord channel, okay? All right. So there is the link, and yeah. So that's the homework that you're going to do. Now, let me explain very quickly in the remaining time what we are going to do. And finally, we get to the point in which we are going to start to creating the planning or the different parts that your school is going to have. Okay, so some quick elements. We need first to have like scheme about how your school is going to be located, okay? Most common parts on this is to do not that big map. Remember that mini-work you can do a bigger maps, but the experience with the players is not going to be the best because they are going to be loose. They are going to start searching for where they can do some specific things. It's better to have small things so the players can go straight to the point and can play together. So try your descent and don't build it very big. We are going to have some elements on it. The first one is going to be the rooms. In my case, the rooms are going to be in this area. Also, as this is a class item, we are going to have a classrooms. We are going to have a lobby. A lobby is very important. It's the thing that you are going to design at the end, because when you design all the items, you will be able to place those in the lobby, and you will be able to design which items are going to be interactive, what items are the player are going to be able to get a bulk. Now, important things, you are going to place a store area where the players are going to be able to get some items, and you're going to place the interactive area where the players can play the minigame. Of course, that is my scheme. If you want to do something different, as an example, you want to do the rooms at this size, and yeah, whatever thing you want to do, just do it. But remember to plan first. Once you have the sketch, just like the elements that you want to use. Oh, I see. Well, it met, right? Met. So shipment. You can access to the last class in just checking the channel. You are going to have the links in the channel to assist the last class. This is more important than the last one because the last one was like more the presentation and what we are going to do. But in the just assist to the previous class by just checking in the links and subscribe to this channel so are not going to lose or miss the next. Okay? And yeah, welcome to the class. So moving back to the presentation, I need you to design the room, to design all the elements on it, so we will be able to actually have like an overview of what we are going to like or what we are going to do, okay? So include those elements, include also special areas. In the areas, I just want you to surprise me, to do something original that I didn't show you, so you can do whatever you want in the special areas. But at least I need you to have those elements, the elements that I'm going to highlight. Yeah, of course, the lobby, the classroom, the rooms for players to sleep or to decorate, the interactive area, and the stores, okay? So, to be able to play in this, I recommended to use or to get some images from the internet that you can use as an inspiration to design your room or your class. Those are going to be the ones that I just used to create my map. So let me show you in real screen. Okay, now you're supposed to be able to see my mini world screen, and as you see, I used those elements to design my own map because I like this minimalistic architecture. I like the way that the color gets like the contrast with the white, and that's why I use those colors. So let me show you a little bit the architecture. As you see, it's going to be very similar to the images that you were seeing on the screen before. It's like having a big edge, big like spots of blocks, just with cubic forms. It's going to have a contrast between color and white space. So depending on your map, of course, you are going to have different inspirations. This is the one that I take for my map. And yeah, probably just you assist to the previous classes, the previous lessons about the card system. So let me show you like the where I take the inspiration from. Once again, one of the best things that you can do is to use Pinterest. I don't know if you know Pinterest, guys, but Pinterest is, for me, one of the best websites that I use for get some inspiration about architecture or whatever you want. So yeah, as you see here, you can place just a theme. I don't know, let's say monsters, like the one that we did before, and on there you are going to check some inspiration. Of course, you need to search, but as this is going to show you some images, you can get the architecture from there. So as an example, as if imagine that we are going to create a monster team, so we can use some Gothic architecture because it's related with monsters, and on here you can get some inspiration for the designs that you are going to do for your bowling. I don't know if, as an example, if I choose military, like the soldier team. All right, let me see. Yeah, you're going to get some military architecture that you can use for your map, okay? And try to save those images, just as the example that I showed you before. I always do like a pin with all the images. As an example here, there we have another colorful effects. And just to show you, I also search like a Viking school. So as an example, you can see there the information. I see. So have a good breakfast too. So enjoy your breakfast. So yeah, and that's what you need to start thinking about to create your map, okay? I need you to think about what kind of elements you are going to place in architecture too. So with that, your map is going to look more cool, and it's not going to look like a noisy map, a map that anyone can do, because you are going to have a special architecture, and you just can follow the architecture. Okay. So guys, class is going to be over right now. In the next class, we are going to learn how to create and how to start to boolean, and we are going to learn some boolean techniques. I don't know if you have some questions. If you still have some remaining questions, just let me know in the comments, and I will be more than happy to answer it, okay? And yeah, also remember that my UID is right on there. If you want to send me an invitation, I will be more than happy to just add you as my friends. But remember that I receive a lot of invitations, so if you are going to do it, just remember to access to the Discord channel and let me know that you are going to add me, so I will be able to be pending to it and just accept invitations when I receive it. Okay? So remember, Pinterest also can be used as an application, so you can download it, or you can use just the website version too. Um, and yeah, guys, that's going to be it for now. Oh, I see. Truly sorry that your speaker is broken. Remember that this class is going to be submitted once more, so just check later in this channel, and you will be able to see actually the actual class again. So don't worry for that, okay? If you can hear me, of course, because probably you are not able to hear me very well. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much once more for assisting the class. Remember, the next class is going to be in the next weekend at the same time and in the same channel. Okay, so subscribe to the channel and yeah, add this notification so you will be able to just be able to play it. Okay, sure. If you want to send me your link, I will be able to play your map. So please give me your UID, Kenzie. So I will be more than happy to check your map. And yeah, guys, for now, thank you so much for assisting the class. Remember, my name is Jejo Court in game. And yeah, it was a pleasure to stay with you guys. And I hope we are going to create a cool map this time also, okay? So I have high expectations about you guys because the last class, well, you really surprised me with your maps. So I really enjoy it, okay? So bye guys. Have an excellent day for now. Remember to just enter to the Discord channel and yeah. Thank you so much for assisting. Bye.